All right, let's talk about it. If you've taken a peek at your portfolio lately, you've probably seen a whole lot of red. And yeah, that can be pretty unsettling. But today, we're going to break down a really interesting take on this exact situation, asking one simple question. The markets are red, so now what?
So what's the first move? It's kind of wild, actually. The advice is to just stop checking. Now look, this isn't about burying your hair in the sand. It's about getting a handle on our own emotions, you know? Specifically, that fear that makes us want to hit the panic button. This is step one in taking back control.
Because this is all about flipping the script. It's about going from feeling like you're at the mercy of the market's mood swings to actually being the one in the driver's seat. It's a shift from fear to opportunity. So let's dig into how you can make that happen. Okay, first things first, let's just get a sense of the room. It's not just a vibe that things are down. There are actual numbers that show just how nervous everybody is right now. And check this out. This pretty much says it all. This is the Fear and Greed Index, and you can see that needle is buried deep in extreme fear. So this isn't just in your head, it's a real data point. The last time people were this scared, it was right around a major market crash. So yeah, the anxiety out there is legit. But you know that old saying, right? The time to be greedy is when others are fearful. Well, this next part is all about that huge mental pivot, from seeing red as a stop sign to maybe seeing it as a for sale sign. And boom, there it is. That's the core idea. For anyone out there who felt like they were just too late on certain stocks, this downturn could actually be the second chance you've been waiting for. It's a call to start pulling out that old wish list and taking another look.
Okay, and this is super important. This is not a green light to just go out and buy anything and everything that's down. The real strategy here is about being selective. It's about knowing what to look for.
Let's use a real-world example here, Adobe. So the stock price, it's been taking a hit. But here's the crazy part. The company itself is actually getting stronger. Their profits are growing, and they're even doing share buybacks. That's basically the company investing in itself, which is a huge vote of confidence. So you have this really interesting situation, a healthier business, but at a lower price. And these numbers really drive that point home. Just back in March, the price was up at $385. Today, it's $318. So you got to ask yourself the question the source material is posing. If you liked the company back then, why wouldn't you absolutely love it at this discount now, especially when the business is doing even better? Now this is where the strategy gets really sharp. It's not just about a stock being down. Let's compare Adobe to another tech name, AMD. AMD is also down from its peak, but its valuation, how much you're paying for its earnings, isn't nearly as attractive as it once was. So here's the key takeaway. You're not just shopping for any old discount. You're hunting for those top-shelf, high-quality items that have somehow ended up in the clearance bin by mistake.
And hey, this whole way of thinking, it's not just for stocks. You can apply the exact same logic to the wild, volatile world of crypto. Take Solana, for instance. The price is pulled all the way back to the levels we saw during that Q1 crash, but, and this is a huge but, something is fundamentally different this time around. We now have Solana ETFs. That basically means big money, institutional investors now have a super easy, regulated way to buy in, a potential game changer that just wasn't there before.
And look, this isn't just some theory being tossed around. The source material is clear. They're actually buying more Solana at $135. This is putting your money where your mouth is. It's seeing the price, recognizing that new fundamental piece of the puzzle, and actually acting on it.
We're seeing the same kind of patient, level-headed thinking with Bitcoin too. The idea is to watch for those big psychological price points. For example, if Bitcoin breaks below a key level like 90,000, the strategy isn't to panic. No, it's about calmly identifying where the next logical spot to buy might be. Maybe you start watching for a move down towards 80,000. It's a calculated, unemotional game of levels. So, how do we wrap all of this up? How do you actually use this stuff? Let's distill this whole mindset down into a simple, practical game plan that you can actually follow. All right, here it is, your 3-step playbook. Step 1, stop the constant daily check-ins. You got to protect yourself from those gut reaction decisions. Step 2, let technology do the heavy lifting. Set price alerts for those stocks on your watch list. That way, the market tells you when it's time to pay attention. And step 3, use all that time and energy you just saved to do the real work, researching and finding the next great opportunity this downturn might be handing you. And that really brings us to the final, powerful idea here. In a market like this, the real question isn't if you should do something, it's where. The challenge and, of course, the huge opportunity is finding those quality names hiding out there in that sea of red. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.